Welcome to the Midnight Library. The wilderness can be a great place to explore, feel connected to nature, learn about the world around you, and even find yourself. However, when you're out there exploring and seeing the world, remember, as you watch the birds and the trees, there are other things out there that might be watching you.
When I was 13 and 14 years old, I convinced my parents to let me go to a summer camp that a kid in my school went to. It wasn't very expensive, and only about 4 hours drive from my house, so my parents could get me in an emergency. The camp was for 12 to 16-year-olds and had a whole survival element to it. We did things like learn what you could eat in the wild, how to start a campfire, ways to find yourself in the forest, and how to purify water. My second summer there, a group went on one of these navigational hikes. The idea was that you were led out into the forest, then you worked together as a group to find your way back. The groups were supposed to stay in a given area, and the trees were marked so we didn't go beyond that. About a half hour after everyone was expected to return, we noticed that one of the kids didn't. At first, nobody made a big deal of it. Kids join other groups and do other activities than scheduled all the time. They sent one of the counselors to check with the other groups and into the cabins. They didn't find anything. By the time we went to dinner that night, things had become serious. They'd called the local police and canceled the nightly campfire. Rumors began to circulate about the missing kid and someone following them in the woods. The next day, we all gathered in the mess hall. The head counselor and the sheriff's deputy explained to us about the missing boy. His name was James, and they wanted us to come forward if we knew what had happened. I think they were worried that he had run away and one of us was helping him. They then divided us up into groups and asked us to search the campground while the police and rangers searched the woods. Each of us was told what he was wearing: green cargo shorts, black Nike New Balances, and a black AC/DC t-shirt. We looked for any signs we could and reported them back if we knew anything. It was probably just an exercise to keep us busy while they called our parents and searched the woods. We stopped at some point to get something to eat that day. While groups searched, other groups were questioned by the police deputies privately. On my turn, the deputy kept assuring me that no one was in trouble, and his parents were just worried about him and wanted to make sure he was safe. I could tell she wanted me to know something, and I wanted to tell her that something. But the truth was, I didn't really know him. I didn't know anything, just the rumors I had heard. At a certain point, his parents showed up. They were so scared. His mom was crying. She looked like she hadn't slept in days. The day of searching went by and we didn't find anything. Then they sent us to their cabins for the rest of the night and told us that in the morning we'd all be going home. Inside the cabin, things were very noisy. Kids were laughing, playing, making jokes. This was nothing new, but with all the excitement, things were getting to me a little bit. I kept thinking about how scared James's parents looked. We weren't supposed to go outside, but I couldn't sit there in the heat and the noise much longer, so I slipped out. I didn't go far when I noticed something on the edge of the woods. I walked toward it, leaving the light of the cabin behind. It was a person. As I kept moving, I heard it calling out to me. "Hey, you, come here." it repeated, as it stood perfectly still on the edge of the tree line. I walked slowly, and as I got closer, I started to make out green shorts and a black ACTC t-shirt. It was James. He wasn't speaking very loud, and he wasn't moving at all. His head was cocked awkwardly to the side. I was almost halfway there when the counselor spotted me and come rushing out. I told her that I thought I'd saw James. She saw him too. The counselor started running, and I started following close behind. She was screaming for help. As we got closer, James still just stood still. The voice stopped calling out to us. We were almost there when the counselor turned around and grabbed me and pushed me back. She held me. She told me, "Turn around, don't look." But I couldn't help but look. James was there, blood dripping from his open wounds, a cold expression frozen on his face. He was dead, propped up on sticks, like some kind of a puppet. I fought to break free from the counselor's hold, but as I did, I heard the trees rustle, and I saw something behind James. Something big and thin and dark. Whatever it wasn't human. As more people came running up to us, it just slipped into the trees and disappeared. The police interviewed me again, but I couldn't explain what I saw. When I got home, my parents questioned me. I didn't have any answers for them. I didn't have any answers for myself. All I know is that whenever I go into the woods, I keep a lookout for anything following me, and pay attention if I hear anything calling out. And if I do hear something calling out to me, I run. I run in the other direction. And I recommend you do the same.
I hope you enjoyed that story. And remember to be careful when you go out into the woods. And listen for anyone that might be calling out your name. Sweet dreams. And don't forget your library card. Good night.